So in 2 minutes, we would go live. Uh-huh. So if you have any questions, please leave your questions in the chat box, and we would attend to it, towards the end of the today. Um, all right, so let me share my screen, and please, I hope we all can see my screen. I would need one person to unmute and say something, because once I'm sharing my screen, I can't
Yes,
see.
yes, ma'am.
Yes, Chief, you can
Yes,
see
ma'am.
your screen.
All right, thank you. Mm, mm. Okay, so good morning once again, everyone, and welcome to today's class. And like I said before, this class is a beginner's class, and it's a rollover class. So it's just for you to get the nitty-gritties and the fundamentals of what trading in the e-markets or the financial global markets is all about. My name is Pauline Ada. I think I prefer people calling me Ada because it's more easier to pronounce. So usually I and my friend Chisum take these classes. So she'll be joining us soon, and attending to questions while I share my screen and talk about what we have for today. So this class is sponsored by EBC. It is totally free, and it goes as high as to an advanced class, where currently we're having a 3 days advanced class that will be ending today with a 1 month mentorship. And it is also free, but there's a commitment. What's the commitment? The commitment is for you to fund your trading account, right? So, with that said, who is EBC? So there's this note or saying that goes whenever you hear of who EBC is, just what is on my screen. We are an exceptional brilliant care for every committed trader where your goals begins. And this cuts across even as we are here in class today, where I'm saying, oh, if you're going to become an ABC student or client, or however you want to address yourself, first thing is have an account with us, verify it, and let it be verified. That is even what qualifies you for this beginners class. It's just that sometimes we just, okay, let people attend and come see what we're doing, then proceed to the next step. But if you've attended this class more than 2 3 times and you're yet to create an account, we are very soon. I wanted to do a sweep out last week, but some persons in the class were like, "Oh no, please, we're going to do it." So, but I'm not going to hear that this week. I'll do a sweep out, and if you've not um at least created an account on ABC, I'm sorry, you'll most likely not be getting the links to these classes. And even if you think, oh, because I have the link already, I can still join, I will fish you out and I'll throw you out of my class. But yeah, I'm just kidding anyway. But yeah, I'm not kidding in terms of throwing out of my class. So moving on, this is powered by ABC, and it's today's day one. Who is EBC? EBC Financial Group, established in London, is a comprehensive financial service group offering brokerage, assets, management, and investment immigration services. With a global presence, EBC has branches and offices in major financial hubs such as Tokyo, Sydney, Singapore, and Hong Kong. The management team brings over 30 years of experience in global financial markets, as well now as in Africa, Nigeria, South Africa, Kenya, also in the Asian region, even India inclusive. So EBC prioritizes the safety of client funds above all else. In addition to being regulated by the strictest global standards, EBC offers independent custodial accounts with Barclays Bank, provides insurance coverage exceeding 10 million USD annually, and strictly adheres to the CARS regulations. So this CARS regulation is like an insurance policy that EBC partnered or signed off with the FCA regulatory bodies, where if you are a high value client, let me use that word, even if I don't like to, you know, categorize, but yeah, it's advisable for you to open an account with us with an FCA account, because that way your money is insured. What qualifies you to do that? At least you should have, looking at funding for people that like to fund their accounts with like 5,000, $10,000, and they still feel like, okay, they qualify, because you have to qualify to have an FCA account. It's not an account I'll just send you link and you apply for it. It's reviewed from the Barclays Bank officers themselves, because we signed this account opening with them. So it is them that reviews every candidate or businesses that want to open an FCA account. If you do not qualify, you cannot have that account. So even with all your money, if you don't meet the requirement, you still will not have it. So our strong capital base and top-tier risk management measures effectively isolate clients from uncertain risk factors. I always tell anybody that cares to listen, whenever you want to venture into a business with any company, whatever, as much as people say, oh, I like my business to be physical, I want it to be this, I want it to be that. If a physical business does not have the required regulatory bodies governing it, trust me, it is a scam. A typical example, I think 3-4 months ago, there's this thing, CBEX, PSEX, so many of them. I heard about it because I'm very current on TikTok. So yeah, that's where I get my information from. So I was always seeing it. I went away from it, like, this thing, it's trading. Are you sure you're not going to do it? I'm like, I'm not doing. They said they have a physical office. I say, I know they do. Why? Because I have been in this industry old enough to know that when I see a scam, a relatable scam, I know. And CBEX was a scam. PSEX was a scam as well. As much as a lot of people reached out to me because they knew it was trading and they knew I trade, I'm like, I'm not doing this. This is not for me. Okay, who are you? Who is regulated? Browse this. I cannot get any information about them online. And you ask me to put my money there. I know people that put $1,000, $2,000, $4,000. And I'm telling them, if you are giving me this money to become your fund manager, I know how much return I would have given to you in 1 month. So where is CBEX today? Where is PSEX today? As much as those things, they had a physical office. There was an office they had in Ikeja, if I'm not mistaken, because I saw those things online. People were always coming for training. They were teaching them this and that. The day the thing went off, you see that office, in 1 second, everybody, all the places shut down. So no matter how people say, oh, office, 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 please make sure that both physical and offline, they should be regulated. They are bodies that govern we brokers. So if you do not see it on their websites, my dear Ron, even tomorrow, if EBC no get them, I go tell you, say, make you do it in Jackpa. Because anything I don't trust, I do not put myself in it. So moving on, introduction to the global financial market. That is what we are talking today. So day 1 and day 2, we broke this class into 2 parts so that 1, it will not be too lengthy, and 2, so for people to be able to ascertain the knowledge, gradually. But hopefully we are going to have like a major beginners class, maybe like 2 hours, 3 hours. You do not have to attend if you don't want. We will record it and it will be a combination of both day 1 and day 2, so that you will just sit down at your own pace. You'll be watching it and be getting the information as you like. So we're going to be talking about the financial markets, trading, central drivers of currency prices, commodity prices, and the stock prices. So what is the global financial market? The global financial market is the global finance encompasses all the financial activities and markets that support the world economy, which was valued at over 139 trillion in 2022. It refers to a vast network of relationships between countries, companies, and individuals who invest, trade, and plan for the future. What is all this is talking about? It is talking about this market is not for only me. Neither is for only Mr. Sesson. Neither is only for Chisom. It is for everyone. Whether you are in Japan, you are in UK, you are in South America, you are wherever you are in the world, you have access to this market as far as you have your phone and an internet with a licensed broker. You have access to this market. That is what this whole thing is talking about. And it is telling you this market is valued as at 2022. maybe by the time I do my research and update this my slide, I think we are in 2025. Obviously, it is way more than 139. 3 years ago, the forex market was around 6.6 trillion. That is the money that goes in and out. But currently, that market is way that is almost on $8 trillion. I'm not talking about naira, dollars daily. So you can imagine the amount of money that goes into this market. It is not me and your $20,000 or me and your $100,000 that is controlling this market. When we get to the players of this market, you will see that we are the level, like the lowest of the field. We are nowhere compared to the hedge funders, the big boys, government officials that are trading in this market. So that is just what this is my symbol. I love it so much because it just signifies wherever you are, our focus is what money. So that's it. What is forex? We all hear, oh, they trade forex. I'm doing forex. I'm doing. Everybody's saying it. How many? Some people don't even know the meaning of forex. Yes, it is that bad. But simply put, forex is foreign exchange. It is a word that they meshed together, and that is how the word forex came about. FOR is foreign, EX is exchange. What is foreign exchange? We do foreign exchange almost every time, especially for people that are doing businesses, even corporate workers that work, I don't know, maybe if you're working in a finance system or whatever, you must have changed. I mean, one person here must have had an uncle or cousin or friend or even yourself that has changed dollar before or euro. When I was growing up, when I was in school, my aunties were so lovely. Anytime they come for Christmas, they used to dash me dollar, euro. Whenever they go, I will not change it. I will wait to when they say euro is rising. When they say dollar is rising, I will go and change it. I did as little as I was in university at 2010. I've done foreign exchange. Yes, I've done it because I've changed another currency into my own currency, a foreign currency into my local currency. That is what foreign exchange is. If I'm in South Africa and I'm traveling, the money I'm going to carry to South Africa is dollar. Why? Because dollar is the most recognized currency almost around the world. Who is asking a question? Please put your questions on the chat box, or if you cannot hear me, can you unmute your mic and speak? Because I can't see my screen. Let me come back since nobody wants to say anything. Did anybody raise up their hands, please? Okay. All right. So let's move
Not
on.
a question, please. It's not a question.
Okay.
Mm.
All right. All right. No problem. So that is just the simple, foreign. If you don't do forex, yes, me and you have done forex. As little as I was then, I've done forex. But have I traded it here in the global financial market? Of course, no. But have I done forex? I've done it physically, safe, and I've been doing it since, and I will not stop doing it. So now, the forex market allows participants such as banks and individuals to buy, sell, or exchange currencies for both hedging and speculative purposes electronically. I always call it the e-market, electronically. The foreign exchange market is the largest financial market in the world with a trading liquidity of, please, I think I need to edit this. I keep saying I need to edit it. It is over $7.8 trillion daily as at, let's say, last 2 weeks. Who knows now if it has increased? So do you know what it means? If imagine somebody, if you are saving 1,000 naira every day for 30 days, that is 30,000 naira. Be? Imagine you're saving it for 1 year. Do the math. That is over 365,000 naira or 66,000 naira. If you are, I mean, depending if it's a leap year or whatever. So now imagine in a day, just only the forex market. We are not talking about shares. We're not talking about stocks. We're not talking about commodities. We are just speaking about the forex market, currencies alone. And it is liquid of up to $7.8 trillion daily. That daily is very important. Do you know what that means? It means it is not our money that is doing that work. We are speaking of work, banks, commercial companies. Yes, your GT Bank, your UBA Bank, all those interests you are gaining. You're asking, "Ah, these people, they are so nice, so they're giving me interest." Oh, no, no, no. Now here, these are the kind of investments they put their money into that is yielding profits. Premiums in insurance. Now here, our central banks here, both central banks here in Nigeria, in the US, all of them, it is here. Investment management firms, hedge funders, it is here. Retail forex brokers, that is me and you. No, I think I would say me and you, because without us, you cannot be investors, and without investors, we cannot be brokers. So it is both of us. Well, where I like to just call us the retail investors. That's what we are. We are the investors. The last part, that's where we are. So now, participants in the financial markets. Financial markets are made up of various participants, such as individual investors, me and you, right? People who buy and sell financial assets for investment purposes. The investment funds, entities that manage the assets of multiple investors. There's what we call, even on our platform, we have it, we call it the PAM account. So if you know, maybe you are somebody that wants to trade, maybe you don't even want to do copy trading. What you want to do is you want a hedge funder or whatever to trade for you. We have a PAM account where a system manager is the one managing your account, but it is not, it is, let me use the word, it is not something that any other person can do because of the amount of money involved. For you to be eligible to join a register as a PAM, you need to fund your account with at least $10,000. Or if you have a group of friends you want to trade together, let's say 2 of you or 3 of you, right? You people can come together, and no, let's say 4 of you, people can come together and say, okay, since it's 10,000 that is the required minimum, each of us can contribute. This one contribute 3,000, this one contribute another 3,000, the last one will say 1,000, maybe 30,000 and 1,000. That's 10K, right? So you 4 can become under a manager. The person will be managing your accounts. People will agree, say, okay, for every profit you make, this is the percentage you're going to take from each of us, and he'll be trading your accounts. These are people. They call them the system managers. These are people that are trading for our banks. These are people that are trading for our insurance companies. That's their full-time job. Like, go no leave no transfer. That's where they are, right? So these are what we call investment funds. That's what they do. Companies and governments, of course, I've mentioned it. There are a lot of even financial companies, fintech companies, even that are springing up every day. With our governments, yes, treasury bills, all those things. They apart from, we can even put in it our normal treasury bills here in Nigeria, bonds and all of that. We make money from it. How do you think those money you put inside, how do you think they make that money? It is here. Brokers and agents, that's EBC, because we are the intermediaries that facilitate transactions in the markets. Without a broker, you cannot go download MT4 and say you want to place Euro USD, and say you want to place last 100, and say you want to place gold. It is not possible, because that your $100, even your $100,000, it is seen as nothing in the markets. I did not say $100, $100,000. It is seen as nothing in the markets, because the liquid of that market. Imagine we're talking about $1 trillion. You are still talking about thousand. You don't even say billion. You still there for thousand. So check the difference now, right? So you need a broker, and you need a licensed broker to do that. And EBC is one of the licensed broker that is available for that. There's one, I think, is our ASIC regulation that we have. There are only 4 brokers in the world. I did not say in Nigeria, in the world, that has it. And among that 4, EBC is one of them. Our official partner is the FC Barcelona Club. If we are fraudulent, if we are not legit, if we do not know what we are doing, FC Barca would not even agree to partner with us. If I come and meet you now and say, I have a business, so you don't trust me, will you put your money in it? Of course you will not. Will you want to associate yourself with me? Of course you would not. Because if my business is a scam and you associate with me, everybody will see you as what? As a scam as well. So imagine a club as big as Barca. I've done played football. We are partnering with them. So I mean, what else do you want me to say? We are partners with Barclays Bank. Do you know what that is? On your system, browse where is Barclays Bank. Go to our website and see the other banks that we are partnering with. JP Morgan. Go check them out. These are our official partners. We do not hide it under somewhere. I'm not the one telling you. It is on our website. It is verifiable. Okay? So banks and financial, I've talked about this. Financial entities, our banks, central banks, all of us, we are here. Benefits of trading the Forex market to seize the Forex volatility. Because of the amount of money that moves into the Forex market, it is one of the most volatile markets. People come and say, oh, crypto is, I laugh because, as a financial person, right? I'm a financial manager, like apart from trading, that's like my career part. I tell people, don't be ignorant. Read. Go and read statistics of an economy and know what if you want to talk. Finance is numbers. If you want to talk, give accurate things. Don't follow the crowd and do things. So when I get into when I meet such people, I don't even argue with them because when I ask you one or two questions and I see that you're not even responding, there's no need, having those conversations with you. I will just tell you, go and when you read, come back and we can talk. So seize Forex volatility, trade around the clock, trade at will, capitalize on high liquidity. So there are four zones in the Forex markets. The London, the Tokyo is the Asian region. For US, we have New York. New York is representing because, Wall Street, obviously, is in New York. That's where this our Forex, now there, the Baba, the grandfather of where he started. So the last one is in Sydney region. That's Australia, right? So round the clock, the market is open 24/5. It's not open on Saturdays. It's not open on Sundays. But there is a good thing now. You can now trade, or because it's good for me too. We can now trade BTC on our platform, and you can trade that even during the weekend. On Saturday, on Sunday, you can trade BTC. For people that like to trade cryptocurrencies, you can trade it also on our platform now because it's been introduced. I think we announced last week that somebody asked a question and we said first week in October they will introduce it. So yes, it has been introduced. For those that have not noticed, this is me just passing that information. So trade at will, capitalize on your high liquidity, make your money go further with leverage. Leverage, I will always say, simply it is borrowed money. When I say your 100,000 does not do anything for you in this market, you will not be seen without a broker. That is where a broker comes in. A broker gives you and me the leverage for us to be able to chop small dollars for this market. Even with my 3K, I feel still see money. With even your $500, you feel still see money. Because without them, you are nothing. We are nothing. Let me not say you are and think I'm personalizing it. We, all of us, we follow them for this crew. We are nothing. So that is what leverage does to you. A broker gives you a leverage. You will see different brokers with their different instruments. We have leverage as high as up to 1:1,000. 1:1,000 is the leverage. So if I'm putting $500 and I'm using 1,000 leverage, times it. This is a simple mathematics. I know a lot of people don't like maths. What you're going to do is $500 times 1,000. I think it's over 500,000. That's what that will give you. So now, with my $500, the market is seeing me as what? 500,000 because of my leverage. But yes, as much as it's giving me a higher leverage, the higher anything where gets good gets waiting bad. And I'm not here. People only preach about the good things. I will always tell you the disadvantages of anything you want to do in the markets. That is why I am an account manager. So I cut across everything. I will help you trade, give you advice. I will train you, and I will still guide you. That is what I was trained for. There are people that just tell you trade. If they make mistake, that's your problem. But I'm not them. And we are different over here because we hold a culture of being responsible for all our committed traders. So I will tell you, if you want to go for 1:1,000, at least have nothing less than 50K in your account. Because with that high leverage, when your losses want to start, now like that, it go high too. When your profit too wants to start, it's not like it will be higher because of your high. It is just going to be, it is exposing your accounts. So with that profit is granting you a higher margin level, a higher margin percentage. But don't worry, I don't want to, put our head into that. By tomorrow, we'll be talking about the terminologies in trading. You will get to understand what leverage does and how it affects your capital and your equity. Okay, so now financial freedom, of course, that's what it gives you. Little startup capital required and make wealth. One of the things we trade in the market is currency, which is Forex. When you hear Forex, we're talking about currency pair. It's the quotation of two different currencies with the value of one currency being quoted against the other. The first listed currency of a currency pair is called the base currency, and the second currency is called the quote currency. Sorry, please just give me a moment. I want to get water. No, no, no. All right, sorry everyone, I'm back. Okay, so the first listed currency of a currency pair is called the base currency, and the second currency is called the quote currency. Let me explain this in this. So the reason they are quoted in pairs is because in every foreign exchange transaction, you are simultaneously buying one currency and selling the other. I give an example of when I was in school back in my university. When my uncles and aunts, when they come back from abroad, they will dash me $50, dash me €50. Yes. How did I change it? I changed it to our Nigerian naira. Have there been two currencies that have been exchanged? Of course, yes. There have been two currencies that have been sorry, hold on. So that's why the two currency pairs are what? Dollar against the naira or euro against the dollar. That's what have actually been changed. So for any transaction to happen in for trading for currencies, it has to be two different currency for it to be valid, right? So now, what is a base currency and what is a quote currency? Quote currency here is same thing as a counter currency, right? So, and the base currency represents the bid price. The quote currency represents the ask price. Okay, so this is very important because on your charts there's there are two lines you would see on your charts when you are trading. We call it the bid and the ask line. So if you do not understand that thing, sometimes there are some tricks when market manipulations happen, right? And when I say market manipulations, don't come and say, hey, who they manipulate them? It is not us. Last week, we were supposed to have NFP. We're supposed to have unemployment news. Did any of them come out? Of course not. US shut down the markets, their markets or their economy. I think on Wednesday night, opening on Sunday, on Thursday. This was talked about in class last week, if you were in class for during the market analysis. That is a typical example of what is market manipulation. And why did it affect all of us that are traders? Because it is from the US zone. The US is seen as the world, I don't know, there's this thing they call them. They are recognized. There's this high power that comes with that country, right? So anything they do, it affects a lot of things in the markets. And yes, we took trades that day. And me, one of my clients that took that trade, I think she lost about $8 because the market went against us. Why? Because of the uncertainty in the markets, because of that manipulation that the economy has played. Because they know that with the way dollar was weak, If they had released that news, of course, dollar will be, my hair will finish. It will be finished. That's what dollar will do. But no, they want to secure dollar. Dollar is this very powerful instrument. It's a very strong currency, rather. So these are the manipulations that happen in the market. That's why it's very important to understand the bid and the ask price, because in these manipulations, if some excuse me, if some if some trades goes against you, or you know that, why is my trade like this? That is what this bid and ask price would help you do. I'm going to show my other screen where I will show you in the chat so that you can have a better understanding. But before then, let me explain this. Just like this bid is base, euro is the base currency. If you are looking between euro USD now and you are looking to buy or sell euro USD, at this point, euro USD is representing the bid price, right? So you'll be like, oh, just like the word bid, what are you bidding for? Okay, 10 going, 5 going, like that. Me now that wants to say, okay, this is where I want to put in my money. I am USD, which is the what? The ask price. That's where I'm willing to come into the market at what price. So the difference between the bid and the ask price is what we call the spread. And for every broker that is in business, it is from here they make their money. Spread. That is why every broker wants to ask you, every trader wants to ask you, how much do you want to spread? How much is your spread on Euro USD? How much is your spread on gold? How much is your spread? When you hear that, this is what they're asking about. Why is this important to them? Because the higher spread a broker has, the lesser your profit is as a trader. If I'm trading Euro USD and I want to close at 6 points, out of that 6 points, right? We're using this thing now for an example, because I mean our Euro USD is not even 3 points. I close in 6 points. It means that 3 points is for the broker. The 3 points is for me. If it is another broker now, and let's say it's 2 points that is here, it means as I close at 6 points, the 4 points is for me. And when I'm talking points, I'm not equating points to dollar. 6 points is not $6. 6 points, it depends on the instrument you're trading. 6 points can be around, maybe depending on the lot size as well. But if it's on a one lot size, we're looking around 5 point something dollar, right? So 3 points. I would have been making 4 points. The broker will be making 2 points because their spread at that particular time is 2. So now, if this broker now is 5 points, it means for that 6 points movement, I just made $1. That means the broker made more profits than me that is even using my money to trade. So that is why every trader wants to know that your spread is not as high, because the higher spread means them will not make as much profits. It is a very key thing. So please watch out. People that used to like to jump, like me, I used to call myself a shower broker. I like to exhibit. Let me know. Let me see what you are doing differently. Maybe because I'm in the field. So people are like that. I know of a friend of mine. He's a now showering broker. He really goes for the best brokers. If you tell him today now and say, Ada, you call him and say, guy, these people, their spread is this, so they have license, so because he's always certain, as much as he moves from broker, if you do not have license, if he ever spots that you're a big broker, he's out. He's out the window because he knows you're using him to make money. But that's not the topic for today. Let's face our business of today. So I want to quickly show you what an ask price is on the charts. Hold on. I wish I can get a clean chart that I've not traded anything. Okay, good. I don't know if we can see this. I think this is the. Okay, let me zoom out. Can we see my MT4?
Yes, yes, you can
Good.
see it.
Are you seeing these two lines here? This is the bid and the ask price. So some people, their own is like, you see this gold chart I was on now. Let me zoom out. You can see it's just one line that is here. This is the bid line. If I want to put the ask line, I will, if I'm using, of course, I always trade on a laptop. I only monitor my trades from my phone, you know. So I will go to properties, right? You right click on your mouse on your laptop, you go to properties, you go to, think, come on here, you show ask line, show period separator, show ask line, show this. It's already highlighted. I don't know why that line is not showing. Okay, but let's use this one. Okay, the ask line is already here. Okay, I think I see. You go to properties, you come to, it's already, Iceland is clicked. Let's change it to, why is it not showing though? I do not know why my ask line for gold is not showing. What's here? This is it. This is the, this is where the current market price is always where the bidding. I'm moving. Oh, I'm in 1.3 DC. Going. You will not say, I want to go in 1.4. You put, if you're using pending orders, or I want to go immediately. I'm taking the price you are selling it now. That is it. So this is the ask price. So now the difference between this and this is what? The spread. That is, if I enter, I hope this is my demo account. Okay, good. If I enter a trade now, this is gold. Okay, this is GBPUSD. Even if that place is looking like a support or a resistance, let me just enter a buy. Most likely I'll be in a deficit. So on this buy now, let me show you guys. Oh, okay. See the buy I entered, this one that is highlighted, GBPUSD. Are you seeing it is going on a minus 0.70? Once my entry now, this bid and the ask price, by the time this first line comes above here now, I'll be in profit. The spread has gone out. I'll be in profit. Only if this trade is moving in my favor. But if it's moving against me, of course, I'll have a drawdown, not in loss. A draw, all these things you are seeing, this 200 and minus 222 now, is a drawdown. I am not in loss yet. But if I close any of this trade, that is when it's a loss for me, right? So that is just the simple example of what we call the bid and the ask price. Is not, don't bother yourself. You say, oh, how many is the price? How many is it? You don't have to do that. You don't. The only thing is know what a broker's spread is and trade with them. So, speaking of spread, I mean, I don't know if I don't know who is in the class yet, but there's this my client that the very first day he saw my spread, he was like, Ada, are you sure? Is this real? Is this real? I'm like, as real as it can get though. Oh, okay, good. See, this is Euro USD. This is spread. It's not even up to 1.3 pips. It goes as low as 0.8 pips, right? So that example I gave you that we are seeing 3. So you can imagine now that the spread of that one is 1 and I move 6 points. What does that mean? I've made 5 points in profits. The broker just took 1. Right? Exactly what you mean. So the lower your spread, the more money you make as a, let me show you something. This is, I'm opening a broker, right? Because the reason I opened that broker is a client was using it to talk to me. And me, I've told you I'm a woman of numbers. I work with evidence. And I downloaded it to see that thing he was telling me. This is, and let me look for Euro USD. Euro US dollar. This is 25. What did you see on our platform? It's at least it was fluctuating between 10, 11, 12. So that is times 2 of what EBC is trading is what this broker is trading. Their spread too is not bad. I've seen worse than this. But compared to the one that the man called me and was saying, KKKKK, I said, Oga, no wala. Tell me the name of the broker. Let me go and download their platform. And that's exactly what I did. Because, and I told him, some people don't even understand what this spread is. They just hear, hey, low spread, high spread, this, and that's what they know. They don't even know how to calculate it, what it looks like, where to even see it on the platform. And I was able to even explain. I was like, hey, you don't even know. No. For the sake of this, true. These people, they're not it. And that's it. So types of currency pairs. We have the major pairs. The most heavily traded currency pairs, which include the US dollar and other major currency pairs, such as euro. Euro is a major pair. Japanese yen is a major pair. British pound is a major pair. And Swiss francs is a major pair. So imagine when you are trading euro USD, 2 major pairs. That is a very good volatility for you. There is no day you cannot trade euro USD. Like, there is no day, except maybe you just missed the opportunities in the market. But say there are days you wake up and say, this market is not the trade today. It's not possible. Same thing with USD JPY. Same thing with GBP USD, which is the British pound. Some of these pairs are major pairs are paired together. So imagine you fighting 2 countries that are strong. How can you defeat them? Then it's not possible. That's what this major pairs is showing you. So the minor pairs, we call them the not, they are volatile at the same time, but they are currency pairs that do not include the US dollar. Any pair that do not include US dollar is a minor pair. So Euro GBP is a minor pair. And I think we just started analyzing it. There was a day, and I think the instruments is quite an interesting one, I would say. AUD JPY, that's the Australian dollar and the Japanese yen. That's what that means. Exotic pair. These are examples. There's a lot of them. Let you not say Allah said it's only Euro GBP and AUD. No, I did not say that though. It's just an example of the minor pairs we have in the market. Currency pairs that involve, these are the exotic pairs. These are currency pairs that involve the currencies of smaller emerging markets, economies like our country, the Nigerian naira. You will rarely see this on any broker, trust me, because the chart for this is crazy. You can't even trade this pair. I mean, look at us now. Today, naira is high. Tomorrow, dollar is this. Tomorrow, like, where will they go? Nobody knows. Then the euro and the Singapore dollar, it's another exotic pair. Same thing with our economy. That's how they are too. These are some of the nicknames of United States dollar, greenback. Why are we discussing? You'll be like, how does one day concern me? Say that they trading. Yes, it concerns you. Because if you want to be a trader, sometimes you're going to be in the midst of conversations of traders, or would I say expert traders, or people that have been trading long in the market. They will not be calling it, most of them don't call it US dollar. Even in the news, sometimes there's one day we were reading and we saw Australian dollar. In the news, it was addressed as Aussie. Because those are the terms. If I'm in the medical field, if I'm teaching you, I'm not going to be where you put syringe or whatever. I mean, even if syringe, that's what they call it. Maybe there's another medical term for it. Who knows? I don't know. It's not my field, right? I would just know the layman word for it. All of us, we call every injection, but there are specific type of injections. So when you are doing something, learn the terminologies, learn the terminologies that is used around that business, profession, whatever it is. So greenback is for dollar or buck. If you watch even American movies, some of them, before I started trading, I knew some of these names. Euro is fiber, Japanese yen is yen, British pound, is pound or cable. Swiss franc is Swissy. Canadian dollar is loonie. Australian dollar is Aussie. New Zealand dollar is Kiwi. One of another good instruments I like is NSD USD. It's one instrument I love trading too, but I don't trade it every time. But I love trading it too. So now indices is part of what we're trading in this market. I've mentioned Forex, which is currency pairs, right? So indices are a measurement of the price performance of a group. I want this class to be an hour of the price performance of a group of shares from an exchange. What does this mean? It measures the different shares from different companies. A typical example, we have three major US stock. They are NAS 100. Some some platforms you can see it as NASDAQ. Some platform you can see it as US 100. We have the US 30 and the what? The S&P 500. These are the three major stocks, or would I say indices in the US. The US 100, because of the name, these are stocks that are made up of 100 tech companies in the US. Who are they? Tesla, Microsoft, Meta, um, Apple, like name them. They are all here. We also have another major stock in the US, not US, in the European region. It's called GE30 or GL30 or German 30. Like different platforms have their different names. These are stocks that is from the manufacturing, industry, like for I think for manufacturing like Toyota cars, you see them, those kind of companies, they came up together to form this index. Their individual shares from their company is what they use to form an index. So an index is a group of shares collectively from different companies that forms into one. So if Meta is not doing well and Apple is doing well, it does not mean that NAS 100 will do bad because of one of the stocks is doing bad. No. It is now when the majority or the key, each company, Apple stocks and Meta stocks are not the same. Apple stocks and Tesla stocks are not the same. One is obviously higher than one. So imagine if the first 50 is the strongest that is holding that index is low. Of course, the index will be low. That is things that affect. There's a time that Apple, Microsoft, I think Tesla, with that electric car that he made, started having some, dysfunctionalities. NAS 100 was selling sometime last year massively. NAS 100 normally is a bullish instrument because it is tech now. Tech, tech is ruling the world, right? So for tech to go bad, you know that something has happened, right? So that was just one of the moments that tech did not do well. There were some little issues around these companies, and yes, it affected that index. So why am I mentioning all these companies? Because these are things you need to familiarize yourself. If you know you want to trade long term, you need to be active. I used to wonder then why my father used to, every day he would wake up, the first thing he would turn on is channels television, is Arise, at time Arise was not there, is Al Jazeera, is CNN, is he will go to YouTube, he'll be watching some news. I'm like, this one, you too like news. They like to enjoy yourself. Watch film, Kwanu, you know. But yeah, I see myself doing that now because I want to be equipped. I want to know what is happening in the market because when I know, it's the only way I'm going to be able to help my clients and myself because I trade. If I don't trade, trust me, I will just come here and teach people and go. I will not bother myself to read anything. But imagine a client asking me, "Oh, Ada, I did this sell and it is going against me. Why?" But it is, I'm able to know what is happening at that time. Why? Because me self they trade. There's a time, entirely this year, I stopped trading for a while because I had a very huge loss in the market and I had to pause. Yes, we've lost money, we've made money. What makes us still stay here is because our gains are more than our losses. I will not come and tell you will not lose in this market. I'm sorry, I'm not that girl. I won't do that because that's a lie. Even the best traders lose. Do you know why? Their papa no gets this market. If they make 20 trades in a week, at least 18 of them is profitable. 2 or 1, at least 1 would be a loss. It depends on your, if I make a trade every day, I might actually, for every trade I want to make, I might be in profit. It is very possible. I might be trading for 2 weeks straight. I will not lose one single trade. But in a whole month, I will definitely. It's not a cost. It is an uncertainty that me I cannot guarantee. But can I be more careful not to lose? Of course, you can. And what can keep me longer in a market if I go the drawdown? It is my money. So little of these things is, it looks like, what do I need to do? But yes, just have a little idea of what they do, how they affect you, because that's how you're going to move forward. So moving forward, commodities. Commodities is a raw or unprocessed material that can be bought or sold and is used to make something else that eventually is consumed. A commodity has monetary utility and is considered a physical asset. Yes, it's considered a physical asset. Example, gold, silver, oil. I mean, they go filling station, they buy oil. It's not a physical product. It is. Some of us have gold. It's not a physical product. It is. Some of us, we have grains. It's not a physical product. It is. Silver is not a physical product. It is. So, can we trade this thing in the market? Of course we can. That's why the market is made it possible. Some people in their life, they've never acquired gold before. And it's not a shameful thing, but try. Instead of buying iPhone 17, use it and buy gold. It is a better investment than buying iPhone 17. I'm not shading anybody anyway. And this is not because I don't have iPhone 17, but that's not my priority. If I have that money, there are a lot of things I'll use it to get times 2 of that money back. I can now buy my phone if I choose to. So invest in things that in 10 years to come, your future is secured. In 20 years to come, don't come and say you'll be working till you're 80 something years. As you're growing older, our bones are getting weaker. Our brains are not getting as sharp as it used to be. We tend to start forgetting some little things. Well, I mean, there's this part of eating more healthy for you to be able to, not have dementia or amnesia or whatever it is old people suffer from, right? Old age is a blessing, trust me. Old age is a blessing. But yeah, lifestyle too also affects our living longer and living healthier. So yes, I'm not here to come and preach about good health. Anyway, you can trade gold, silver, oil, any of these commodities in these markets. It is a very volatile. These are volatile instruments. When I say volatile, we say, what is this guy saying volatile? It is highly liquid because if you do not have money, you cannot trade this kind of instruments. I used to see people that used to gamble to $200 to trade gold. I call it gambling. I don't call it trading because normally it is not advisable. People succeed in. I'm not saying yes, of course they do, but will they succeed for long? Just maybe 1% of them. So you see why I say it's gambling. If I cannot ascertain for at least 50%, it's gambling. So now, what can you trade on the Forex market? Part of it is what? Cryptocurrencies. We've talked about Forex, which is currency pairs. We've talked about indices, which is stocks, different stocks that came together. We've talked about commodities like gold, oil, silver. Now we are in cryptocurrencies. I mentioned earlier that crypto is one of the things you can now trade on our platform. Now it is just BTC and USD you can trade, but that is like the most preferred, right? That's what you can trade on our platform, and you can trade it 24/7 of the week. So now, what can you trade crypto? Crypto is a digital instrument that can be used. I think there was something I was reading last week. I don't know what country was that. Oh God, I wish I can remember. They are using crypto, Bitcoin to be specific, to buy fuel. Like you will buy fuel, you open your wallet, use your I don't know if it's yes, their phone. I saw the video. Use your phone. There's the guy, the attendant, was holding one equipment like a POS. He kind of swiped it through the phone and he paid. There's this man I buy phones in Abuja. Dabs Global. He sells anything iPhone Samsung, whatever. He accepts Bitcoin as what? A foreign exchange. You see it, you see his Bitcoin. He tell you, are you paying with Naira or Bitcoin? So what is that telling you? The world very soon, Bitcoin will be like it is already a major currency, but it will be a currency that maybe very soon it will pick up dollar. Hopefully, we don't know that yet. So is it here to stay? Trust me, it is. It is. I know when people were saying, "Oh, it is a scam. It is this. It is that time." My cousin did not buy Bitcoin when Bitcoin was 12,600. I was maybe way younger that time. He told me the story. He said, "Ada, I did when Bitcoin did 12.6, so and I no buy." Imagine he bought Bitcoin then, even if it's one. The guy could just dey lounge now. Now he would have been chilling because do you know how much Bitcoin is worth? So sometimes those little risk you feel, oh, what is going to do? Take it because check it in the world. The most people that took the risk, they're the ones. That's how did Apple go and read the story of how Apple came about. It did not come out because he had the money. Oh, no, he took that one step that everybody said was impossible. Now we are every month, new months, new iPhone 17, 17 Plus, 17 Pro Max, 17. They are buying. Are they not? Of course. Until we come out, they will still buy. So that little risk, take it. So back to our business of today. Digital currency that can be used to buy goods, services, but uses an online ledger with strong cryptography to secure your online transactions. Cryptocurrencies is a very good, trading business. Even if you just want to, me, I tell people I don't really trade crypto. I own it. If I check, if I look at my wallet, I will just be seeing my crypto there. It's increasing. I bought when the prices were lower. And I'm looking at my money is growing. Even as XRP then, XRP was not even up to $1. It was in cents. I bought over 120 XRPs. At least XRP now don't they reach almost $2 as of the last time I checked. So in 10 years to come, if XRP gets to $5, do you know how much I'll be having? In 20 years to come, if XRP is maybe at least up to $1,000, do you know how much that is? Automatically, I have 120 something thousand dollar for something I did not even buy up to 5K. So when I speak risk, me, I'm a risk taker. They say woman, no, they take risk. It's not in my dictionary. I take risk because I'm in the finance world. I know what it means to make money. And it is a very good feeling. So now, why do currency pairs fluctuate? Currency pair prices fluctuate due to the activities of buyers and sellers. In short, supply and demand. I mean, everybody goes secondary school now. We know supply and demand. Exchange rates are influenced by various factors, including economic indicators, interest rates, geopolitical events, market sentiment, and global economic trends. These are the things that affect the market. Now, dollar is weak. Why? Because some people say, hey, dollar don't come down. They only know that dollar don't come down. But now we know what make dollar come down. Now we know what they affect dollar, maybe can they go. But even I've read projections that dollar can most likely go down up to this, but with the economy of US, I do not think they would want that. Right? Between the end of this week and next week, I am looking at dollar regaining back its full strength in the markets, both physically as well as in the markets. So these are the predictions that you don't just stay and say, hey, what is happening? When you read about the economy indicators of every economy, you will know why each currency pair or each stock or whatever is doing what it's doing in the markets. Geopolitical events, these are things that we don't plan, like war, like flood or economic disaster. These are things that we do not plan, so it can affect the market at any time. Global economic trends, interest rates, these are things that the governments of every economy or country or whatever, they use it to curb the flow and the inflow and outflow of money to reduce inflation. Because when there is circulation of money too much, the borrowing exchange, it affects it as well. I don't want us to go into deeper into finance, make I not confuse some people. But yeah, these are the factors that affect exchange rates in the markets, which I just explained. Understanding market analysis. Forex market analysis is practice of examining the changes in currency pair prices and the forces influencing those price changes. It is used by Forex traders who buy and sell currencies to profit. Phases of market analysis. We have technical analysis. When you hear technical, what that means, it means you looking at your charts. It means you going to your charts to say, oh, what is happening here, without looking at the markets, without looking at news rather. Okay, so I can just say, okay, oh, I can use my moving average to say, okay, because of the way this moving average is, this is what is going to happen. I can draw a trend line. I can use my RSI. Technically, there are indicators, there are charts, there are lines, whatever that is used to understand what technical analysis is. It is just looking at past events that has happened before and using it to say, oh, because of these things, something like that will happen. In 2020, that was the time I got into trading fully, like fully. There was something that happened then. The significant thing that happened towards the end of the year was stocks were on a rise. People that bought stocks those periods, NAS 100, S&P 500, they made serious blood money from it. Because I'm aware that something like that happened. God forbid, though, we don't pray for something like COVID to happen. But just imagine a second COVID occurs, like major like that the whole world shuts down. What do you think I will do? Of course, I will be looking for the points I'm going to put in my market for a buy for stocks. Why am I doing that? Because I have seen it happen before when this kind of event happened. These are the things that technical analysis does. They said in September, yes, they said in September, usually there's this sentiment around dollar and gold, right? All the Septembers of the year. This year, September, that sentiment happened again. People were predicting that dollar was going to drop. People were predicting that gold was going to rise. Did that prediction happen? It happened. Because what? It has happened before. There is a template of things like that that has happened in the past in September. And it repeated itself now. Gold, very soon, we get to $4,000. Like the 4,000 price mark. That's where gold is headed. Maybe if it gets there, we will not know if there will be a retracement or not. But until that time, if you have up to $2,000, just open a 0.01 on gold buy and leave it. Set your take profit at 4,000. I'm not telling you, come and quote me, because gold will get there. 2 weeks ago, gold was on 3,600. Then they say, hey, it will get to a 3.5. They say it will get to 3.6. It has gotten to 3.6. It has gotten to 3.8. The next prediction is 4,000. Currently, gold is around 3,900 and something. And you say it will not get to 4,000. It will get there. So these are the things that, if you are in these markets, I will tell you boldly, go and put your money, 2,000, open 0.01 now as I'm speaking to you. Leave it. If you don't want, if you think Ada is lying, if you have a demo account, try it. Put your take profits on 4,000. Come and tell me if you will not make profits from it. Don't even put stop loss, because nothing like stop loss. Go reach there. If it gets there, maybe it will have a retrace. Then we will now know if there will be a new prediction for it to get, a new high for it to get to. So these are the things that technical analysis will do for you. Fundamental analysis. When you hear fundamental, when we come on market analysis every morning, what do? We go to news first. Forex Factory, investing.com, Reuters. These are the platforms we go to. There are some, I think there's a designated platform for, if you're looking for oil news, you go there. I can't remember the name right now. You go there. But investing.com is very versatile. Like, it is very wide. You can get gold news. You can get all the instruments, the news on that platform. That's why sometimes the platform can misbehave. Sometimes you go to tell you one error message. I think because a lot of thousands of millions of people are on that platform. So these are the places you need to have at your fingertips before you trade. even technically. Know what is going on fundamentally, because that's the only way you can trade technically. Okay? Sentimental analysis is just using my own personal thoughts to say, my body is telling me that this will happen. But it is not an analysis that people should hold on to, because it is just based on mere assumptions of what I think. But what I think can be influenced of what I've read, right? It can be influenced by what I've seen technically. That is what sentimental analysis does. I used to tell people, for every time we trade, there is always a sentimental analysis being played. Why? Because as much as me and you, we are looking at this market, I'm seeing different opportunities. You are seeing different opportunities. That is my sentimental analysis taking place. Okay, so risk analysis is another type of analysis. It is just how you as a trader are able to manage your risk. There are things you can use to manage your risk. The two tools are what? Our take profit and our stop loss. These are the two tools that helps you to manage your risk in the market. And also your volume. Because if you have $1,000, you are trading gold on 0.05. I'm sorry. If gold moves just 100 pips, you're losing over $500. Or at least you're on a drawdown of over $500 on that trade. That's half of your money. So with zero, if you say, trade go with 0.05, you're a risk taker, no problem. But we are here to teach you how to what? Manage your risk. Traders have to incorporate all four types of analysis into their trades in order to get better performance and avoid common pitfalls. Sometimes I used to say yes, sometimes I used to say no. But in the real sense, all this thing goes hand in hand. There are people that don't trade fundamentally, but I used to tell those people, I'm sorry, that's just a word that some traders use, you have adopted, but you trade all of them. Why? Because if you trade only technically, for you to be trading technically, you must have looked at the news to be sure that no major impact news is coming out. If NFP cannot be coming out by 2 p.m. and you are placing a trade by 1 because you want to trade technically, you better close that trade before 2, because you technically cannot hold NFP or CPI or one major impact news or from Gerard or Jerome Powell. Or these are the people that come out and give statistics in the markets. There's nothing you can do, because they're the game changers. Because we're talking about US zone, Jerome Powell. He will come and give a speech and everywhere goes scatter. So when you people hear that, I think it's just a thing that people say, and a lot of people have adopted it, which is not bad. But at the same time, is if you're adopting things, be sure of what you're adopting and have proper information. I think I've talked about technical analysis. It's a method of visualizing, analyzing, interpreting, and forecasting price movement using historical patterns, right? And statistics in order to find potential trading. Just like our weather people. I don't know what they call them. What is it, weather forecasters they call them? What do you think they used to forecast weather? Do you think Holy Spirit used to come and reveal to them that, oh, today weather is going to be like this? No. It's statistics from history, past events, days. In maybe in 2023, they saw that something like this in the cloud has happened before. So most likely everything that happened in 2023 on Tuesday morning will happen today. That's what they use. Those people are technical analyzers. Then they also use fundamental, because of course, if somebody shoots what's this thing they used to shoot that used to kill people? Rocket or bomb or whatever. Will it not affect the climate? It affects the climate. It affects the situation of oh god. Sorry, excuse me. It affects the situation of where that thing occurred, right? So technical analysis can include studying price charts or trading platforms, making use of technical indicators like error size, and your support and resistance. I think people in the advanced class, System already said she was going to share support and resistance indicators, so you do not have to worry, to be marking your support and resistance. I'm sorry, something is choking me. Performing a wide range of possible actions with the trading platform. Fundamental analysis. Let me just read, because I think I've touched everything. Fundamental analysis is a way of looking at the forex markets by analyzing economic, social, and political forces that may affect currency prices. Fundamental analysis is often used to analyze changes in the forex market by monitoring figures such as unemployment rates, interest rates, GDP, geopolitical aspects, and other types of economic data. This my figure is showing you macroeconomic analysis, industry analysis, situational analysis, and financial analysis. These are the different types of things that affect the fundamental market. Once you hear, I'm doing fundamental analysis, know that the person is talking about looking at news. News is only news that can give you information. Watch, go to YouTube. Always watch Bloomberg. In fact, I have their notification turned on my YouTube. Anytime they are saying anything, I used to tune in and listen to whatever it is they're saying, because that's how you know what is happening in different economies. Forex terminologies: bullish markets, bulls, long, buy. It just signifies a buy market, a market that is going in favor of your preference, which is a buy. The bearish market, it means a market that is selling. It can also be going in favor of your preference. If my preference is sell, that means market is going. Sell does not mean market is going against me. Sell means if I'm taking a sell, the market is going in my favor because I'm on a sell. If I'm taking a buy and the market is buying, the market is going in my favor. So markets goes what? Both ways. In a sell, you make money. In a buy, you make money. That is why it is versatile. Like, there are things that if you're not buying, if it is going down, you're losing money. But in this market, going down, no, you make money from it. Going up, oh, you make money from it. It is just be at the part of wherever the market is going. That's how you make money from it. So now, bullish markets, just like this, my symbol here, there's a bull. I always just see, I think this is what I tell myself, and since that day it's stuck in my head. When I think of a bullish market, the first time I heard it, I'm like, what is a bullish market? I think this one they talk. And the person told a story about a bull, how a bull raises your head, raises you from maybe from your waist or your leg or wherever, your body. It raises it up before you come down, right? It means the market is going what? Upward. That is a bullish market. That's how this thing came. The story is deeper, but I just summarized it. And a long, if you say, oh, I'm in the market long, it means I am buying. It means I am on a bullish market. I am on a buy. That is what long means. Bearish, a bear. If a bear wants to attack you, this is 4 legs, these 2 in front, is going to raise it up and hit you, take you from up to what? To down. So when they say the market is bearish, it means the market is what? Selling. If I say, oh, I'm going short in the market, it means I'm placing a sell trade that is selling a particular instrument in the market. It can be currency, it can be indices, it can be commodities, it can be even crypto, it can be anything. It can be our normal shares like Meta, whatever. If you have it on whatever platform it is you're trading on, right? It can be any of these instruments. I'm going long, I'm going short, long buy, short sell, bearish sell, bears sell. I'm so sorry, excuse me. So the bears is a pessimistic speculator who expects a sharp fall in the prices of certain securities. If you go on Forex Factory, you see, I don't know, just take your time, understand that platform. It is very useful, trust me. Sometimes I interact with traders I don't even know around the world. There's something I'm seeing and I'm not understanding. I'm asking them, what do you think about this? I'm typing a question in there, and trust me, somebody will always respond to you because it's an active platform. Sometimes I just go to the comments and I read what people have said, maybe from this week coming down to today, or from last week coming down to today, because I want to get an understanding of a certain thing that happened. So instead of me asking question, I go back to read whether somebody has even asked this question to see, okay, let me the person go help my life that day, right? So at the end of the day, just be ready to understand, be able to do the hard work, be able to, put in the efforts to develop yourself as a human being, because that's the only way you're going to progress. So now we are back to EBC Financial Group. What is EBC culture? EBC is safe. Yes, we have top tier international regulations with Barclays custodial and clearing level security. That is our the CFA account. We have with the ASIC, we have with the SEMA. Okay. Fairness, exceptional brilliant care for every committed trader in the principle of integrity and respect. I said this in the very first part of our class today. We are dedicated. Today, during market analysis, a client said, "Oh, please, this 11 o'clock class is not working for some of your clients. But don't you think you should shift it?" And my friend said, "Sorry, we are not shifting it." Somebody will be saying, but Shebi na una want teach, but no be you want learn. Abby, you want this class to be at your time, forgetting the fact that this is a free class, even a paid class. I've paid for a class. It is the person I'm paying to that is telling me the time they will teach me because they're the one impacting me that knowledge. It is their time, it is their knowledge that I'm paying for. I'm not paying for just the knowledge. I am paying for their time and the knowledge. And this is something that has been given to you for what? Totally free. And there's a speculated time for it. And you are saying, oh, do it the time that is suits. Okay, we have maybe 15 people in class. What if Mr. A say it's 8 o'clock that works for me? Mr. B say, no, it has to be in the night. Mr. C say, so please, at that point, how do we do it? Do we now scatter ourselves and say, okay, we'll take individual? No, it doesn't work. Life is not like that. And I found that very offensive that somebody would even have to say that because it just feels like you're not even appreciating enough, right? Because I mean, it is free. It is free enough for we to be doing this. If I'm only this small lecture I've given you, if I don't pay like $50 for it, yes, you would have paid for it. There are free informations everywhere. There are, but there's something about speaking to people that are what experience, that are present, that will say, oh no, this is the wrong way, this is the right way. There's a difference with that. And we now said, because of we are dedicated, we now said, okay, we would only be committed towards excellence in every detail, delivering an exceptional user experience for you. How we as human beings, how do we play our part in this dedication? We have said, for you to advance in this journey, of course, you need to get to advanced class where we are going to be breaking down technical analysis, fundamental analysis. I even said, I think at the time I gave out a free site. You can actually go and learn some things in Forex for people that attended that class. I gave it out. A few people that reached out to me anyway. I gave it out, and I'm very sure if they made use of that information, I don't know. But did I give out something that is useful? Of course I did. So these are some of the benefits that you'll be getting for totally free. And the only thing they're asking of you is what? Be committed. Finish registering your account. Do your KYC. Then if you want to move to the advanced classes, have a minimum of $150, which currently is less than 150,000 naira with the current exchange rate of dollar. Just for you to have an access to that. And you also get a 1 month mentorship. After Chisholm's advanced class last week, one person from the class came to me and was asking me a specific question. As much as that class was finished, I took my time. I got on a call with her and I was able to explain in detail what she was asking. Why did I do that? Because it is something that we've told ourselves we would do. Mentorship, mentoring for 1 month. Yes, you can call me. Of course, I will not even entertain you calling me on an ungodly hour, right? But text me if I'm responding. Then if you tell me your issues, if I'm able to do that, I will be on a call. If I'm not, I will tell you a good time. We can speak. I'm not a robot. I'm a human being like you too. Communication is very important in everything we are doing, right? So moving on, value. We give a safe, professional, and stable wealth building. Because we are dealing with human beings, of course, we've met, trust me, I was meeting one of my clients. I said, no, I don't meet where people will be, their heads, sky for this job. But no, because we are trained people. I'm not from the streets. It's not, if you speak to me on the streets rudely, I might probably not even listen to you, I'll walk away. But because I'm here and I'm trying to educate you on something and I will not entertain you, insult me. For people to say, okay, make I go insult them. My mouth's no good though. But at the same time, we are going to always keep it professional. Yes, because it's part of our what? Our culture. Integrity, exceptional, exceptional trading experience driven by integrity. That is what you're going to be getting. Responsibility. Every positive message takes us one step closer to a better world. Away from these classes, sometimes we send useful information to the group. We have a group, we send in that, even on my broadcast list of people that receive my messages every morning, afternoon, whenever it is I send a message, you get it. And also on my status too. Sometimes I share my own experience, maybe in a week or in a day. It depends. I'm not saying it is every day. It is only when I face those things that we put it out there, right? So advantage of trading with EBC, over 1,000 plus orders, it is very, very important. I've seen platforms that lags. You're going to click on a trade. You go, they do before you see your trade. You go down kind of like 3, 4, 5 seconds before you see your trade. It's not network. It is the platform that is lagging. Less than 20 ms average execution speed. 98.75% data transmission stability. I mean, this is not for you to, it's for you to understand, but it's not for you to be calculating, because the system is already designed in this, one of all of these numbers you're seeing. You have over 25 plus access to top investment banks and hedge funds. 24/7 VIP service. Our customer care is available 24/7. So sometimes a client over the weekend sends an email as late as, it was on a Sunday. He sends an email. I'm within 20 seconds, they responded to him about it. That this is what you do, this is what you should not do. Right? So that's how fast they are. 0.01, 0.0 pips interbank level rush ECN spread. Yes, we have an account that has zero spread. You know why I said spread is how brokers, you will not be like, if people have that account, how people making money? Yes, the way we make money is from commissions from that account. Commission for every lot size you trade is $6 per lot size. Per one lot size, not per lot size, per one lot size. I've seen platforms with 8, with 7, with 9, but ours is 6. That's how we make money. So if you do not trade up to that one lot size, your money will be taken in fractions. Like, it will not even be up to, depending if it's 0.01, that means 0.01 of that $6 will be taken out of your money, which will be like maybe around 0.06 cents, right? That's like the equivalent. So I think I've come to the end of today's class, and it's time for questions and answers. Thank you very much for listening to me. Please, now we can take questions. So I'm going to go back to my screen where I can see your faces, your beautiful faces.
Okay.
Yeah.
I have about 2 questions.
Okay, I can listen to you, please.
I save it in my brain. Let me remember the questions.
No
One,
problem. Take your time.
I understand that the physical exchange based on demand and supply.
Mm.
But I want to know. I want to ask a question. Supposing supposing that the whole world now stop this forest of a thing, forest online of a thing. How will it affect the economy of the world if you just stop forest completely?
Okay.
Mm.
Hold on. Yes, you can. Hold on. Chisom wants to answer your question.
Hi, everybody. Good afternoon.
That's
Can
true.
everyone hear me?
You're welcome.
Yeah, thank you. So now, when it comes to currency exchange, right,
Mm.
no particular country has authority. It's just like in your house now. You are the head of your home. In my
Mm.
own house, my father is the head of my home. In Ada's house, her husband is the head of her house, or her father is the head of the house, right?
Mm.
Different heads of different homes take different decisions. What you say in your house, you cannot come to my husband's house or my house and then come and decide that what you say, that what is applying in your house will apply in my house. The same thing, what is applying in my house cannot come and apply in your house or supersede what is applying in your house or what is applying in Ada's father's house or in her husband's house. Do you understand? So
Mm.
all these different countries, they have their differences. USA can, like Trump now, Trump shut down US government, right? Because I'm
Mm.
very sure he doesn't want the world to see that non-farm payroll that come out, the unemployment rate showing weaker economy, he decided to shut down economy. That's because he can do it to American economy. He can do it to US dollar. He cannot do it to GBP. GBP can decide to do something else. Euro can decide to do something else. Japanese yen can decide to do something else. The former prime minister of Japan is a hawkish prime minister. He's always saying things that gives Japanese the yen power. But the new prime minister that has been elected now is more of a dovish person. More of what she says is more of the things that make the yen sell. Do you understand? So one thing, the whole world cannot come and say we are shutting down all our currencies, or it's not possible. Do you understand? Because if I open my business today, you open your business today, tomorrow you decide not to come outside, me, I will come outside and come and do my buying and selling. I need money in my economy. So it cannot happen simultaneously like that. But what can happen is that if you make a decision in your country, it will affect only your country. Now, when that your currency is paired with other currencies in the world, you realize that your currency is selling. That's when you see GBP selling and dollar is going up. If that non-farm payroll came out that last week that it was supposed to come out, trust me, dollar would have been on the
Yeah. Hello? I can't hear you again. No. Hello? Is it from me? Is it from me? I can't hear anything. Hello, Paula? Are you there? What's happening here? I'm not the only one experiencing this thing. Okay, what's happening? Hello?
I think it's from their network. I can't hear either.
Okay.
Eh,
Oh, that means you've been hearing me since I've been talking.
can hear you
Wow.
properly. I was waiting for her to respond.
Okay. People are leaving the platform.
Hmm.
Since there's no sound again, they are leaving.
So sorry, oh, hello.
Okay.
We internet took me and Chisholm out of the class.
Wow. The question was somehow, you know.
Eh? You
I
said the
said the
question
question
was somehow.
is a straight
Okay.
one. It's a straight.
So, anyway, so she was actually talking until I couldn't hear her.
Mm.
Yeah. So she's going to take over my mic and
all right.
Okay.
So, sorry everyone, the network just took us out. So, as I was saying, that Trump kind of oversee that if non-farm payroll comes out, and if that unemployment claims comes out, like came out last week, or more, everywhere no go good, everywhere go just anyhow. And he was like, you know what? Let's shut down this economy, let's shut down this government. Everybody should go and sleep. Whatever that wants to happen, let it happen. And he shut down. That is for his own government. He can't come and shut GBP. He cannot come and shut UK down, or shut Japan down, the Japanese government down. He can only do that in his own government, because that's where he has power. That's where he's the head of the house. Outside people call it Megida. That's where he's the head of the house. Now, what can happen is, if his own government is shut down and things are not working well in his government, when you go to your chart, you will see it. Euro USD will be up. GBP USD will be up. Why is GBP USD up? Your base and quote currency. If dollar is weak, GBP is the base currency, Euro USD is the quote currency. If dollar is weak, it means that GBP is strong. So on your chart, you will see that GBP USD is up. But yes, in a situation whereby GBP USD is weak but dollar is strong, you will realize that GBP USD on your chart will be downward. So but now he has shut down the economy. But what is going on? Dollar is still strong. Even though the economy is shut down, right? Dollar is still gaining more strength and other instruments are selling off, right? Now, if you go to your chart, you look at your chart, you realize that GBP USD most likely will be selling because dollar is going up. Now, in the morning when I opened our chart, we saw GBP USD, we sold from a resistance, and where we met it was a support level, and that was like, we can now decide to enter a buy because technically we don't have much news coming out. Nothing is really happening and there's no news for USD. So we'll now do what we call technicals. So what I'm trying to say is that one president cannot open up their mouth and control what is happening for other economies in the world. There might be similarities, but one president or one economy cannot control what is happening in the whole foreign currency exchange market. Do you understand?
I understand, yes.
Yeah.
I mean, fresh trade as a business, actually
Yes.
work hand in hand with the word the, the word economy.
Yes, it works hard because this particular market is what determines the interest rate. Is this market that determines the rate of currencies in the market. If dollar is going up, I mean, you are going to see it affect naira. It's still this market that will determine. So it's a market that kind of determines, because decision makers are coming here. If FOMC is going to increase interest rates, they will see come out and announce it. They're announcing it so that people that are trading the market will take advantage of that. And what will now happen is either people buy or sell dollar. So this market kind of, should I say, governs the economy. Whatever happens in different economy of different countries shows in this market. And those decisions shows in this market. Whether they are good or bad, they will show in this market. Do you understand? And when it shows in this market, people that are investing in those economy, what would they do? They will either decide to buy or sell. That's it. That's how it works. That's why when you have some countries that are going through war, like Israel and Gaza and Russia and Ukraine, you will notice that there is a slight shift in their economy. Because if they are at war, what will happen? People will want to remove their money. Nobody is going to work when there is war. Nobody is opening their shop when there is war. Everybody is running helter skelter. People are trying to seek for asylum in other neighboring countries. Nobody is even thinking about how are we going to make money. That is going to affect the economy. Does it make sense to you now?
It does.
Yeah.
Understand.
All right. So let me give Ada the mic.
Okay. I mean, Chisholm has dissected it, but this is what I tell people. For a global shutdown for a currency, it means imports and exports of goods and services across borders. Currency exchange is essential to settle these transactions. Without it, there cannot be international trade. Only in Nigeria, we'll not be able to divide ourselves into Hausa and... Sorry, excuse me, please. Just give me a moment. So, sorry guys. So now, global trade, currency exchange, it cannot, because as human being, we are built to depend on what one another, even biblically. God created Adam before he was created Eve. Why did he create Eve? Because he knows that they have to be a support. One has to give. There must be barter system. Something has to give for the other to come in. So we as human beings, we were built that way, and that is how these economies is. I mean, as much as God created the world, we created what we are living in, right? From wherever it is, it was done from, with the little things that was left on planet Earth, right? So, say they is shutting down, it is a 0.001%. If that ever, according to Mr. Philip, would happen, that
Mm.
means there would be they will see like a shift to a single global currency. Only brick, when brick, some countries that are going into brick, are you seeing that that's brick currency? You don't
Mm.
have you heard of it coming? I mean, meetings are being held though, things are being done, but
Mm.
US is fighting because they know they have that power and they do not want to lose it. Because if
Yeah,
they lose it to BRICS,
they are
trust me,
gone. Yeah.
a lot of things will shift. There will be
Mm.
a major shift in the world.
Yeah.
There will be a major shift in the world. Cryptocurrencies will become the decentralized instruments, or would I say alternative for exchange. And for that to happen, just look at Nigeria. Have we been able to know whether Igbo people want to go one place, or have you seen what is happening? They imagine an entire world choosing one currency. Do you think
Mm.
that is possible?
Yeah.
Just
Yes.
look at it from that angle. So yeah,
All right. That's fine.
yeah.
Thank you very
Thank
much.
you.
Mm.
Somebody was raising their hand before my network got. I can't remember their name. But yeah, any other questions so that we would go? I wanted to keep this class 1 hour, but it's already 1 hour 30 minutes, or would I say 40 minutes? Any question you can ask,
I
and
forgot my question.
no problem. You can send us a message if you forget
Okay.
to. Yeah. So was this class understood? We will have the continuation of this class tomorrow. So this class is recorded for people that came in late. Yes, we will be uploading it on our YouTube. I know we've said this 1,000 times, but yeah, so yeah, this video is not a baby's job. So yeah, but definitely any day we start, we're going to upload it once, and you can always watch. And we have our official EBC Nigerian channel where you can actually go and watch. Just type EBC Nigeria. You can look at some things that we even touch here that has been discussed in those classes as well. So if there's no further question, first of all, let me stop my recording. I think this will be calling it the end of today's class, right?
Yeah, thank you very much.